Hey, Popeye are the latest.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. In our journey today, we just came over Long Hill in the parish of St. James. We are now passing an accident scene. Happily, no one died in that accident. We are heading towards Westmoreland. So, sit back, relax and drive with me. Now, we didn't put out any birthday greetings Monday or yesterday. We are going to be coming up with the birthday greetings later. Bear with me. We are trying to sort out a few issues. So, just bear with me. We are coming up with the greetings later. Now, you're going to want to stick around for the last two stories. They are very, very interesting. But first up, this first incident, it took place at a place named Bickerstead in the Cambridge police area in the parish of St. James. We are learning that on Monday, June 20, 2022, sometime after 12 midday, some farmers from the area, they went to tend to their chicken coop. And it is said that these farmers, they smelled a foul odor. As a result, they went and made checks. We are told that these farmers, they stumbled upon the decomposing body of a man. This man, he was seen lying face down and he was dressed in a black hoodie, a blue Samsung shirt and a black jeans shorts. As a result, the police were informed. We are told that the police, they visited the scene and the body, it was subsequently removed. Now, we have not gotten this young man's correct name, but we are told that that person that you are seeing on your screen, it is that young man who was found. We are told that he is popularly known as Mikey. The police, they are carrying out investigation to ascertain how Mikey met his demise. Now, based on what we are learning, we have no doubt that Mikey, he was killed. The question is, who killed him and how was he killed? Now, as soon as we get additional information, we will certainly be updating this story. Now, we carried a story on Sunday, June 19th, and we told you about the death of that hoodlum on your screen. His name is Donovan Samuels, but he was popularly known as Pinchers. If you missed Sunday's video, you need to go back and watch it. There are some important details in that video. If you look on the screen, that is the thumbnail for Sunday's video. Now, Pinchers, he was shot and killed by members of the security forces when he challenged them in a gunfight on Friday, June 17th, 2022, about 8:30 in the night. A Glock 9mm pistol was recovered from Pinchers. At the time that Pinchers lost his life, he was being sought by the Westmoreland police for the shooting of a man named Cat and two other men. Cat, he died as a result, and the two other men, they were shot and injured. Pinchers, he was also implicated in a number of other murders. Now, Saturday night, June 18th, 2022, one day after Pinchers was killed, that man that you are seeing on your screen, he was also killed. His name is Conroy Carter. He was popularly known as LUTA, and we are also getting information that he was also known as Danny. He was 46 years old. LUTA, or Danny, he was a painter by trade, but he also runs taxi sometimes. We carried that story on Monday, and we told you that residents of Lagwood in the Withorn area, they saw a red Toyota Voxy crashed into a JPS guy wire. They then saw when hoodlums jumped out of it and made good their escape. Checks were made and Conroy Carter, also known as Danny or LUTA, he was seen lying in the back of the Voxy. He had gunshot wounds to his neck and his head. We had reported that it was apparent that the hoodlums who killed him, they were taking him somewhere to dispose of his body. Now, immediately after LUTA or Danny was killed, we started getting lots of messages. Persons were saying LUTA's death and the death of Pinchers were related. So we started doing some digging, and all the sources that we spoke to, they were saying the same thing. Now, I'm going to read this WhatsApp message because this WhatsApp message sums up all that we have been hearing. Now, I know I know, that the family members and friends of LUTA are Danny. They are gonna vex. Yeah man, them are go upset when they hear this, but I saw it go. We are here for the truth. So the WhatsApp message, it says, "Good morning PNL. The taxi driver that was killed at Lagood on Saturday night is also known as Danny. Danny is a painter, but him normally run a little robot on the side. It is just the other day him start driving that Voxy. Mr. PNL, people in the area are very upset that the guys killed Danny, but he is the one who caused it on himself. Danny is the driver for the gang. It's a lot of works him carry them go on. Him also carry Bull, TJ, and Pinchers go do things. It's a lot of things Danny know about. People from Shrewsbury Lagood know what I'm talking about. The other day, Danny and the gang fall out because the gang carry out a robbery and Danny was upset because him didn't want the person to get touched. You understand what the person is saying here? The person is saying that the gang, they robbed somebody and Danny was upset because him never want that person who the gang robbed to get robbed. Them recently make up back, and even the Thursday night before police killed Pinchers, Danny was seen with the guys in the area and buying them liquor. Danny left the area Friday with Pinchers, but it's not man to go be him carry Pinchers go. Someone else carry Pinchers to Mobile. Pinchers' cronies killed Danny because they feel him know about Pinchers' death. They were carrying him to dump his body when the Voxy crashed into the guy wire. Mr. PNL, police need to try and get rid of these guys because it's a lot of mayhem they're creating in the area. Please don't share my number and keep up the good work. Blessed love." Now, like I said, we heard the same story from many people in the area. The police are also investigating this theory. Now, if you play hoodlum games, you're gonna end up winning hoodlum prizes. I say no more. So, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the like button as yet? If you have not yet hit on it, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, remember to hit on the subscribe button. As also, hit on the notification bell, then click all, so that whenever we upload a new video, you will be the first to be notified. Now, if you thought that that story was interesting, you need to listen to this one. There was an incident near to an area named Maysmuir in the Little London police area early this morning. A big man, he was shot and killed. I'm gonna give you some backstories leading up to this incident so that you can understand where we are now. You will also understand that the mayhem nah stop for now. Listen up. On Thursday, June 9th, we brought you a story on this channel. Now if you look on your screen, that is the thumbnail for the story that we brought you. If you have been following the news, a lot has been said about the Kings Valley gang in Grangeville. On Wednesday, February 9th, 2022, about some minutes to 10 o'clock in the morning, a top shotter for the Kings Valley gang. His name is Jervain Lowe, but he was popularly known as Jermaine. He was 25 years old and he lived in the Grangeville area. Jermaine, he was shot and killed along the Sterling Main Road in Grangeville. 5 days later, on Valentine's Day, Monday, February 14th, 2022, about some minutes to 9 o'clock in the night, 2 men and 1 woman, they were shot and injured. They were on a veranda at Mint Road in the same Grangeville area in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, one of the men who was shot, his name is O'Shane Blair. He was popularly known as Pastor, and it is said that this attack was a reprisal for the death of Jermaine, who was killed along the Sterling Main Road 5 days before this incident. Ocean Blair, popularly known as Pastor, he was eventually charged for the murder of Jervian Lou, also known as Jermaine. I hope you're paying attention. Now, some members of the Kings Valley gang, they also blamed a hoodlum who goes by the name Bad Youth from Crowder in Grangeville for the death of Jermaine. As a result, threats were being hurled on both sides. Dirt for dirt. Now, ensure that you are paying attention because this part is very, very important. Listen good. On the early morning of June 7th, 2022, about some minutes to 5 o'clock, word on the street is that Bad Youth and some other hoodlums from Crowder district, they went to Kings Valley where they opened a barrage of gunshots on a house. No one was injured in that shooting, but the house and a Toyota Voxy that was parked in the yard, they were damaged by bullets. That house, it is occupied by the brother of a hoodlum named Copeland Sankey. Copeland Sankey, he was popularly known as Tupac and he was 46 years old. Tupac, he was recently freed by Chief Justice Brian Sykes in the courts after he was tried for being a part of a criminal gang. So, like we said, no one was injured in that attack. Now, Tupac heard about the incident and he and 3 of his cronies, armed with an M16 and 9mm pistols, they went to Crowder district in a Toyota Voxy. They went straight to a house where Bad Youth lived. They kicked off the door and went into the house, but Bad Youth, he was not at home. Tupac and his crew, they jumped back into the Toyota Voxy and was driving out of the community. They were traveling through a cane piece when they were reportedly ambushed by Bad Youth and his crew, who peppered the Toyota Voxy with bullets. It is said that Tupac and his crew, who were in the Toyota Voxy, they also managed to return the fire and they drove away. Tupac died as a result of this attack, and his 2 cronies in the Voxy, they were shot and injured. Now, the police, they were informed of the incident and they went to the Savlamar Hospital. We are told that whilst the police were at the Savannah Lamar Public Hospital, a youngster named Akeem Grant, he was taken to the hospital. Now, usually, we don't call the name of victims, but keep listening and you will understand why we are calling this guy's name. Akeem, he had received gunshot wounds to his left side and his lower back. Now, we are told that Akeem, he told the police that he was in his yard at Crowder when Tupac and his crew opened gunfire, hitting him. Now, word on the street is that nothing no go so. Word on the street is that Akeem, he was a part of the crew. Yeah man, the same crew headed by Bad Youth that had invaded Tupac's brother's house. Word on the street is that Akeem, he was also a part of the crew who ambushed Tupac and his crew, resulting in the death of Tupac. It is suspected that Akeem, he was shot when Tupac and his crew returned the fire. Are you following me? Am I going too fast? No. Let's move on. So there's a man from Crowder district named Mr. Windell Grant. We are told that Mr. Grant, he's a Rasta man and he's a big time hustler. We are told that Sir Grant, him plant him weed and him sell it to make money. Now, we are also told that over the years, whenever it's crab season, Sir Windell, he can be seen in the nights to early mornings catching crab. So, late last night, Sir Windell, he was out catching crabs. Early this morning, Wednesday, June 22, 2022, loud explosions were heard in the Maysmuir Treatic area, in the Little London Police area, in the parish of Westmoreland. When checks were made, Mr. Windell Grant, he was found suffering from gunshot wounds. He had received gunshot wounds to his upper body. Apparently, Mr. Windell Grant, he died on the spot. Now, based on all that I have said, have you figured out the connection as yet? You haven't figured out the connection? That means you were not paying attention. What was the name of the youngster who had turned up at the Savannah Lamar Public Hospital? Yes, man. His name is Akeem Grant. So, the man who was killed this morning, what was his name? Yes, man, you are correct. Mr. Windell Grant. You figured it out now? Mr. Windell Grant is Akeem Grant's father. So, let me ask you something. Do you think this year mayhem at Grange Hill I got done for now? You think so? Parents are now being killed. Ah boy. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Papa in Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them no out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane. Everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, what a shame. But me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica.